it sped up a process. It streamlined, it cut through red tape and eliminated the bureaucracy. So when this was talked about being suspended, it made everyone pause. And I think we found the middle ground to continue forward and certainly have a resolution that I think everyone feels very comfortable for. When you create an environment that sends a signal that we are not open for business, or if we are open for business, it's tough to be served and you're not going to be waited on properly. It's tough for us to recover from that negative perception. That's one of my big concerns as a mayor. I want to create the opposite. I want people around this region and country to know it makes great sense to come to the city of Sacramento and do business. We're going to do everything we can to get the customer success, and that hasn't always been the case, especially as of late.
There's only a few weeks left before the June 8th election. Are you going to have your endorsements, or any endorsements for the council?
Yes, I'm going to endorse. Give me a goal. Give me a target deadline. You get a chance to weigh in here. When do you want me to make
1 p.m.
Today.
Absentee ballots goes out on Monday.
Yeah, I already got one. I didn't get my absentee, but I got the voter guides are.
Okay, today is the 4th. I'll do it by the 11th or 18th, so one of those next Tuesdays. We'll do it here on a Tuesday.
Mayor, I'd like to ask about Thomas Enterprises.
Yep.
After missing a property tax payment last December, they have now missed a loan repayment of $175 million as of last Friday. Assistant City Manager John Dangberg said that technically allows the loan company, the lender, to take over the project. Are you at all concerned about Thomas Enterprises and their ability to carry out this huge redevelopment project?
Technically, if we go over the speed limit by 1 mile per hour, we can get a ticket. So I don't think that would be the best way to frame that question. I think that they were charged a couple weeks ago for making payments because they were delinquent. They did that in terms of their property taxes. From all indications, it's not best for me to speculate or create the worst case scenario. They have indicated to me and others that they are in conversations with the lender and believe that they will have that issue resolved. So that's really an issue between Thomas Enterprise and their lender.
Have you had any contact with Thomas Enterprise? Stan Thomas, for example, and has he presented you with information that reassures you that they have the wherewithal?
Yeah, I do believe, so I haven't talked to Stan Thomas directly about this. I probably will see him on May 23rd, 24th in Vegas. This will certainly be a topic I will bring up to him. But the people that run his operation here, I have had contact with, and they told us that they are in conversations with the folks, their lender in this particular case, and believe they'll have this issue resolved. So I think it's something they're working through.
And you have a relatively high level of confidence and trust?
Yeah, I don't have any indication to not be confident or to not take them at the word in terms of face value.
I'd also like to ask you about, you mentioned Tyreek Evans. There was a recent incident that was outlined in the paper this morning involving Arden Fair Mall's pants policy. Some people have been critical of the pants policy, saying that it unfairly targets some people. What do you think about that policy in general?
I'm all supportive of not wearing hoods indoors at the mall or making sure your pants are at an acceptable level. I'm all supportive of that. We ran Sacramento High School as a charter school, and those two policies are in effect at the high school. You can't wear hoods indoors, and you have to have your pants at a certain level. And there's a little resistance early on, and people comply. I made a joke this morning in a couple other places that Tyreek might have made a rookie mistake in this case, but the good thing is he was very friendly, very cordial, very respectable in the way he interacted with the authorities, and the folks that he was with in this case were asked to leave, and it was an incident that was handled relatively quietly. All right, any other questions?
Your chief of police, have you heard any updates on his progress?
Chief of police, what do you mean specifically?
The Seattle job.
Oh, Seattle job. I was probably very adamant about my belief and thoughts when we first talked about it last week. I am going to be sitting down with him and the city manager, I believe, on May 10th. So is that next week? I think next Monday, to have a really frank discussion on that.
Mm-hmm. And also, just about this time last year, OPA kind of exposed our homeless situation.
That was February.
Well, right.
I remember
But
exactly what it was.
Have you invited her back?
You know what? I appreciate that question, because when Oprah, you know, Lisa Ling and the whole
Right.
crew, the whole crew were doing this story, you know, I told them, look, we want to shine a light on it. We're okay. We don't want to ignore it. We don't want to act like it doesn't exist. For far too long, elected officials, in my estimation, kind of swept it under the rug and didn't want to talk about the dirty little secret of homelessness in Sacramento. I said, look, we want to confront the brutal facts. So they all came out, and as you know, we were in not only local and state and national, international news for about a month on this topic. And everyone that came out, we did interviews with, I said, promise me one thing, if you can, in the next 6 months or 12 months or 18 months, come back and let us show you what we've done. Watch how we handle, watch how we address this issue. As I said earlier, at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, I'm talking to Bon Jovi, and he said, look, we saw the work you're doing, we're proud of it. I met with the Secretary of HUD a week before, and we had a really cool initiative. We're actually gonna do a press release on this in the not too distant future. But we asked the faith community to help us raise a certain amount of dollars so we can leverage if we raise $400,000 by the faith community, we'd be able to leverage that into $1.6 million for our homeless programs in the community. The faith community stepped up big time, so we've met that mark, and we're going to officially kind of announce where we are pretty quickly. So again, I'd invite Oprah and anybody else who was out here before to come back and watch how we've addressed it. We want to be a model city for dealing with the homeless population.
Did you say Bon Jovi is coming to Sacramento, or might come to Sacramento?
I'm working on them coming. Yes, David, my lines are simple when I meet everyone. I congratulate them for their success. I ask them, have they been to Sacramento? And if they said yes, I say you need to come back again. And if they say no, then I say you need to make a first visit to Sacramento. So everyone I meet with around this country, I'm trying to get them to Sacramento. So I'm trying to figure out what would be the purpose of him coming in addition to doing a concert for free.
For the homeless.
Of course, raise money
Yeah.
for the homelessness.
I know.
All right, any other questions?
Where would you hold that concert?
The first thing is I gotta get them here. Once I get them here, I'm gonna figure out where's the
In the
venue.
new arena?
Where's the? I need to get them before that. That's 2014.
Oh, okay.
How many of those Rayleigh's Field seat? So Arco is still bigger. Yeah, okay. It'll be an Arco.
And there'll be a dress code.
See you guys later.